Chapter 13, Off-Grid Solar Survivalists. This chapter covers the necessary steps to set up your off-grid system. In truth, the bulk of these steps feature even when installing a grid-tied system. However, you have to be a lot more vigilant with an off-grid system. In case of malfunctioning, you would not have the handy backup that is the electrical grid. So if you set up your system poorly, well, you then have to suffer in silence for a long time. Here are the necessary steps when setting up your off-grid system. Step number 1, figure out just how much power you need. Would you plan a Kazakh road trip without understanding how many miles you to get that and by extension, how much gas you need? It is a bit foolhardy, is it not? You cannot only declare that you would invest in 4 solar panels and 2 batteries and hope that it is all you need. Remember that everything gets powered by your system. Understand exactly how much power you need. You can refer to this resource, and this resource for help on how to determine your home power requirements. Step number 2, calculate the number of batteries that you need. Once you know how much power you need, it is necessary to figure out the number of batteries required to store this power. Do you need to only store power for 2 days at most, or would you like to have enough power stored for 4 days and beyond? Do you have an extra source of power, say, a turbine or generator that provides robust support when the sun does not show up? Will your batteries be stored in a heated room or will they be in a cold room? The colder the battery storage room, the larger your battery bank ought to be. If your place of residence has temperatures that dip below freezing point, you need 3 batteries for every 2 that your friend in a sunny location uses. Step number 3, calculate the number of panels that you need. Take your location as well as times of the year into consideration. It is well and good to know how much power you require, but it is just as important to know how much sun is available to harvest. Use the worst-case scenario for your particular location. This way, you are in no danger of ever running out of power. Step number 4, select a solar charge controller and inverter. This book has already covered both the solar charge controller and inverter. To have your system as efficient and optimal as possible, it is necessary to have both. You can refer to this resource to determine the solar charge controller to purchase. As for the inverter, you can refer to this resource. Step number 5, consider the system balance. This final step is more like several final steps that you need to take. Do you have the best possible fuse and fuse box? There is no room for gambling with an off-grid system. This book has already covered the fuse and fuse box issue. How are you going to mount your panels? Will you have them on a rooftop or the ground? Will you do it yourself or will you have somebody else to do it for you? What wire size will you need? Answers to these questions dictate what things you need to have, logistical stuff, how much more research you need to do and much more. However, as I already stated, sometimes it is best to work with professionals, especially for intricate electrical work. You do not want to void your warranty by doing something stupid when trying to make connections by yourself. Note, much of what we have discussed up to this point should help you to set up an off-grid solar power system. As I already stated, it is often best to work with professionals. I already gave my reasons. As such, to ensure you do not void your warranty and experience different other problems with solar panel installation, it is best to involve a professional, even if for consulting purposes only. The other thing we will address is powering your RV or boat using solar.